All right. So is there any title? Okay, excellent. Excellent. Even though the name is what the heck is testing out Xbox stream. Sekejap, saya tukar nama dulu. ECE128
The
pointers
Flash Tale episode 4.
experiment exercise. For sure you haven't done that. Betul tak? The pointers exercise. Have you done that? Ngaku je, tak payah nak sembunyi-sembunyi. The last exercise. Okay, let's just make it public then. Jangan. Takut ada budak yang tak ada kerja pagi ni, tiba-tiba aja dia dia tengok YouTube.
Dia sentar.
Tiba-tiba ya kan. Menang kan dia tak ada kelas, and then suddenly dia tengok saya Yazid online lah, ingatkan nak stream game rupanya.
Dah lah title Xbox.
Yalah, dah lah title Xbox. Do I have any
Class.
Okay. Alright, this is hopefully yeah, okay, that looks nice for ECE128. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, no, it's not meant for kid. Okay, RE buang, clear red field buang, RE2 buang, infinite darkness buang. Okay, what else? Okay, show. Alright. Dah. Alright, so I'm live now. This video is unavailable. Is it refreshing itself? Is it refreshing itself? What's going on?
Saya set ke private pakai ni lah.
Oh yeah kah? Oh really? Oh, okay. Let's make it live. Let's make it public then. Entam lah sekali kalau budak-budak tu nak tengok.
Belajar sekali lah tu.
Belajar sekali. Really? Is it gonna be available here?
That mean whoever tak subscribe poster pun yang mesti dia keluar.
Oh yalah, saya refresh dulu. Let me see. Okay. Live. Hopefully nobody is watching this this morning. Okay, it's supposed to be a private class rather than a publicly available session. All right. Okay, how many of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 orang lagi sambut CNY kah? Mana 3 orang lagi manusia tu? Okay, so we will go through the last exercise ni, and then on Thursday, don't forget we are gonna have our practical test on Thursday after CNY break kan. We're gonna have that. So it is gonna be something similar lah. We give you 3 questions. You actually there is yalah. There's gonna be something similar to just normal test, but it's requiring you to record. Kiranya lah, the way we conduct it previously was actually for you to record your screen. But I'll think about that once again lah. I'll figure it out as soon as possible on how should we conduct our practical test this time around. If I were to do it like through code share macam ni pun okay juga sebenarnya. Because I've done this with you guys a lot kan, doing the code share thing and doing things in real time. This is another way for me to perform the practical test juga. Boleh sebenarnya. Exercise experiment 6 pointers. It's gonna be a C program, tab 4. Okay, so I'm sharing this with you now. Okay, all right, get inside that code share, and we will start off with the first question here. All right, so as usual, the first thing that we need to do here is to create the basic structure. So can I have somebody from the stream here? Ame. All right. So we need to write a program to declare and initialize an integer variable num with value 10. Declare a pointer variable and point it to the variable num. Using the pointer, access the content of the variable num and add it with 2. Using printf statement, show the content of num. Okay, itu semua printf. A, B, C, D are all printf. That's basically it. And they are giving you some hint there, which is what the process will look like. Actually, that is actually the code itself given to you, so that you don't have to worry about understanding the third statement here. The third statement, using the pointer, access the content of variable num and add it with 2. Again, this is actually the line that it is referring to. Okay, so we will start off with the declaration dulu. So can I have somebody doing the declaration here? Just a normal declaration of int variable. Tepat kat sini ya. Okay, Hanzalah kah? Hanzalah, just do a normal int declaration variable. Okay, num and assign it with 10. Assign it with 10. Okay. Now this is somewhat look like the thing that we can do lah for our practical test. Macam ni lah saya rasa. That's why I asked you to do something and you do it right away, and then I can assess you from that whether you know what I'm talking about or not. Okay, the second one is declare a pointer variable and point it to variable num. And since we are talking about integer here, so let the pointer is let our pointer be an integer as well. Okay, so let me have somebody else. Ziad, go to line 13. Okay, and then you declare a pointer integer. How do you do that? Pointer integer. Okay, how do you declare pointer? Okay, good. And then, alright, yeah. And point it to variable num. Point it to variable num right away. You can do that now on line 13 as well. Macam mana? Tahu tak cara nak point? Equal to, and then how do you point to a variable? Is it directly writing the variable name, or you have to have something else? Ada tak something yang kamu kena letak?
Star,
Bukan star. It's not star. The other symbol. What is the other symbol? Ingat tak? Dalam pointer, okay, good. N. Meaning that the term point it to variable num is actually saying point it to the address of num. Point it to the address of num. Maksudnya. Is my OBS capturing audio as well just now? Okay, good. All right. So this is actually the second statement. Okay, the third statement. Using the pointer. All right. Now this one is easy. Okay. Afiq Akel. Tulis tu. The third statement is actually given inside the hint. Tulis dalam tu. That's the third statement. Third statement. Tu given in the hint tu. Dah highlighted dah saya. Kamu tulis je. Pointer. Okay. Look at the name of our pointer declared by
PTR.
Ziad tadi
Ya,
kan.
betul.
Jangan kamu ubah pula. Nanti dia tercari pula mana satu menatang pointer betul-betul. Macam tu. PTR plus 2. Plus 2. Okay, semicolon. Alright, good. Alright, now we move on to the printf statement. The content of variable num. Okay, so the content of variable num, just printf aja ni semua. Alright, let's start with Arisha. Arisha, are you there? How are you doing? Azam. Awal Azam melarikan diri. Do I have any viewer here? Pagi-pagi ada tak orang rajin nak tengok YouTube? Tak ada kan? Okay, good. That's good. What is this? What is that? Okay, somebody was actually watching. Now nobody is watching anymore. So only one view, that's good. Okay, Ame, alright. Welcome to the stream, Ame. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more weird content. Hey, is Arisha here? Okay, Arisha, can you write the printf statement? Saya printf statement. Go to line 15. Are you using your laptop? Okay. So printf the content of variable num. That is just a normal printf.
Num 0.
Don't forget the parentheses. Why are you making the quote terus?
Print input the number.
Okay, and then inside there, yeah, it's up to you how you wanna print that out. Maybe you just copy the word, the statement there, the content of variable num. You put it inside there, the content of variable num. Tulis ya dalam tu, dalam double quote tu tulis the content of variable num, and then you put colon, the content of variable num. Okay, colon. Belum habis lagi kamu tu. Get back inside. Belum habis lagi tu. Okay, colon. And then how do you display a number? Okay, what specifier you have to include there? Kena ada specifier lah. Okay, Risha. What are you waiting for? Risha? Okay, alright. Specifier D. And then, now you get outside there. You can put /n before moving forward. Put /n first, before you leave the double quote. Inside, okay. Alright, now get outside and then put the comma there, and then you just write the appropriate parameter. You haven't done with this line. Comma and also the variable that you want to point here. Not outside, inside. Okay. Okay, what variable is that? Okay, num. Okay, good, thank you. So the next one is Afiq apa saya sebut tadi ya? Dia Afiq Akmal lagi, Afiq Akmal. Azam standby ya. Okay, Afiq Akmal, printf the content of variable the pointer is pointing to. The content of variable asalnya tak perlulah nak habis panjang sangat tu. We are already reaching the end of our screen already. Okay, the content of variable the content of pointer lah cukup. The content of pointer. Tak perlulah nak mention panjang sangat. Okay dah. The content of pointer, and then you put colon there, and then you put the same specifier like previously. Okay, don't forget the backward slash n. Okay, and then comma. And then how do you display the content of pointer? We are not talking about num anymore here. We are talking about PTR, but how do you want to access that? Betul lah tu. That is how you see the thing inside pointer. You have to use the star symbol. Okay, dah settle. Okay, and then go next. Azam. Okay, printf another one for C now. C. The address of variable num. Okay, the address of variable num. It's 646 kilobyte per second upload, guys. It's 600 plus, so it's actually beyond because this is a YouTube stream kan, and I set it to stream at such a high bandwidth here. Unlike Google Meet kan, Google Meet is only streaming at about 100 plus kilobyte per second, 200 plus at most. Sekarang ni I'm uploading at half of a megabyte. Memang high quality lah ni maksudnya.
The bracket tu.
High quality lah ni.
Comma.
Oh Zam, the comma num is supposedly outside double quote.
Outside.
Bukannya inside double quote. Okay. You see my upload speed here kan? Apa tak? You see OBS is currently uploading at 600 kbps. Yeah. Google Chrome is handling the mid kan? Only like below 100 lah kiranya. Okay. So I have a consistent stream here. Bagus jugalah line internet UTM ni. Ingatkan tak boleh untuk streaming kan. Boleh.
Tikai tu.
Boleh. Okay. And the address stored in the pointer variable. Okay. Siapa lagi yang saya belum panggil lah? Semua dah kan? Because there is somebody. Oh, okay. Alif Isaac. Faiz dah ada juga. Faiz.
Anzalah belum.
Anzalah sudah, kamu belum. Printf, the last thing. The address stored in the pointer variable. The address stored. Dia pakai shortcut lah. Dia main tipu lah. Tak apalah. The address. Actually just the address of pointer. Macam tu je. The address of pointer. Okay, the address of pointer. And what is the suitable specifier? U kah? Is it U? Kan U. U is, yeah, U is one of them, but there's another one. Oh, set. Selalu kita tengok benda tu. Specifier for pointer. You look at the word pointer, it start with what?
T.
T lah. Okay. So how do you display the address of pointer? Macam mana? That's enough already. Just go outside the double quote and look at the star PTR. Is that the right method or not the right method? Actually tak perlu. You don't have to specify the n, because PTR itself without anything is actually pointing to the address of n at num, sorry. So tu tak perlu. Tu tak perlu. Kosong kan. PTR tu just without the n sign. Tak. Itu je. Okay. So I guess that's gonna be it for the entire code. Let's run it.
Perlu return ke sir?
Tak perlu. Return is actually optional. For a normal kind of code kan, normal main, pointer is actually optional. Pointer pula, return is optional. Nampak kan? So it is doing the job here. The content of variable num is wait, why is it 12? Hey, it seems weird here. The pointer content is obviously 12 here, but why is the num getting the value of 12? Num is here 10. Betul tak guys? Supposedly num is 10. We did nothing to num, changing it to 12 kan? Right? The address of variable num is silap saya. Ini siapa tadi buat ni? Ini address lah.
Azam.
Ini address lah Azam, bukannya value. Kan, we're not looking at value. We are interested in the same thing. Something like this. Okay Azam, get back to line 17 though. Something like this. P juga. Tapi kat sini macam mana? Macam mana kamu nak tengok address of num? Macam mana? Betul. That thing is correct already, but it's just that missing one more thing. Missing one more symbol there. You still remember? Bukan star, the other one.
N.
Tak N depan tu. Backward slash pula budak ni. Bukan backward slash.
N.
Dan betul lah Azam ni. Tak depan tu. Itu.
Double.
Tak boleh. But there is actually a weird thing going on here. I still couldn't figure out. Okay, ni betul lah. Betul, tengok. Nampak tak? Sama tak? In your execution, it might be different lah. But in my execution, it is having the address of 71AC, 71AC for both.
Variable still tu ke?
Itulah. Yang saya pelik. Cuba saya pergi ke compiler lain dulu and see whether we are getting the same answer here. Oh, okay. This is even quite confusing to me actually. Anyway, okay, let me try to print this out right below the integer. Obviously it will print out 10 lah kan. it will print out 10. Okay, good. It is 10 right here. Okay, how about if we do it after the pointer declaration? It is still 10, but after that, oh, okay. Now I just realized the power of pointer here as well. Okay, the power of pointer here is actually, since ptr is copying the address of num kan, meaning that num will actually be ptr, sama aja. Ptr is now num, sama sebenarnya dua orang ni, because ptr is actually directly mirroring to num, the address of num. That's why whenever you do anything to ptr, you are actually changing the value inside num as well. Yeah, I just realized that
So we must print out before the answer.
it's not yeah, if you want to look at the original value of num kan, then you print it out before that. Boleh je before doing anything here kan. Or you may say original num value, contoh kan. Okay, so when you put that, you're gonna see your 10 right there. There is your 10, and then that is the num that has been modified by pointer. Faham? So aduh. Okay, this will be ptr is exactly the same ataupun directly mirroring num kiranya. How would you like to understand this is up to you lah, but how do you perceive this statement kan? ptr is directly mirroring num. I think I could say this. So whatever, or the other way around, num is actually mirroring ptr. I think that is more appropriate here. Apa? Sekejap guys ha. WhatsApp kah? She want to WhatsApp. Kalau WhatsApp ni besar ni. Okay, iklan sekejap iklan. Besar ni. Berapa size ni? Okay. It's 27.6. Let me compress. It's 26 point. Boleh kah? Is it allowable under WhatsApp? Tak perlu saya pakai ni. Okay, let me use my perut saya tak sedap lah, dia baru je dekat settle business, pasal dia masih enggak beres. Ada something yang enggak beres. Okay, alright, so there you go. The first exercise. Okay, I'm done with that. All right, so let's move on to the second one. Harap semua faham benda tu yang isu 6 tadi.
Boleh sir.
Okay, so it's a very long statement here. Okay, so write a program to basically we can look at this statement here. So even better, it comes with this visualization of array. Let's understand this array first. The figure 6.2 shows the content of array. Array means we have like a library of data here, which we can iterate through the indexing here. So the first array element will be 4, the second array element 5, and that is how you see this array. And we normally look at our array from left to right, not right to left. But either way, you know the counting will always start from the left hand side. Okay, the left hand side here. It's not gonna be this is num5, num4, num3, num2, num1, num0. It's not gonna be like that. We always count our array starting from the very on the very left corner here. Okay, write a program to initialize the array and declare a pointer named ptr and point it to the last element of the array. Using a printf statement, show the content of the last element of the array that the pointer is indirectly referring to. From its current location, write a statement that moves the pointer to the position of num2. Then using ptr, write a statement to change the content of num2 from 7 to 100. Okay, this is a bit tricky here. Let me try to do this as we go along. Okay, so write a program to initialize the array. Okay, so let's just declare this array as int num. Okay, and you look at the number of elements here. We can basically tell that there are 6 elements here. There are 6 elements. So the total number of elements will be 6 here. And then how you declare an array? You write a curly bracket, and then inside this curly bracket is where you put all the elements. Okay, this is gonna be 4, 5, 7, 9, 13, 2. All right, so that is how we declare array. Declare array. And then we will declare a pointer named ptr and point it to the last element of the array. So our pointer name is ptr, and it is pointing to the, ini part yang saya confuse sikit sebenarnya. Point it to the last element of the array. The last element of the array would be num5 lah. But point it to the last element of the array. Is it supposed to be like this, or kejap, let me get some help from understanding from pointer array C. Now I want to understand how are we actually pointing to the array element. Adakah dia direct dia sebenarnya? I think it's just a direct stuff here. Kejap. Max. Ni yang pelik ni. This is actually doing some indexing here. We are considering some indexing here as well. Tak clear. Are we supposed to do it like this? It is as if they wanted us to do this method right here. So kita buat macam ni. Declare a pointer named ptr and point it to the last element of the array. Then ptr will obviously contain the number there. Saya cuba je dulu. Printf content of ptr okay, so let us just see what is inside our ptr right now. Kalau kita dapat 2 tu, value of 2, betul lah. If you are looking at the value of 2. Tadi dah ambil kah? Yang ni kamu dah ambil kah tadi?
Belum je.
Okay. Baik, saya tak buang lagi. Oi, bising. Siapa punya mic ni? Copy. Okay. So, this is actually what it wanted me to do lah kan, but yeah, I was questioning myself anyway. But even though I know this is how we do it, it's just weird. Why does it want me to point directly to just the very last element here? Using a printf, show the content of the last element. Alright, so betul lah. Okay, I forgot to proceed with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. The third statement is actually asking me to print out the value. That is the value lah, the content. From its current location, write a statement that move the pointer to position num2. Write a statement that move the pointer to the position num2. Okay, so we move the pointer lah. We move the pointer is simply I guess we are just changing the address here. We change the address to num2. Okay, and then alright, statement using a point. Okay, let us look at the current content of pointer 2 once we have moved the pointer location. Betul lah. Nampak tak? When you are at the fifth element here, the last element is 5 kan, so dia tulis the content is 2. And then when you move it to num2, you're gonna see the content being displayed is 7. Betul lah tu, the content is sekarang 7. Then using pointer ptr, write a statement that change is ptr equals to 100. Okay, sekarang ni kamu print out sekali lagi. You're gonna see it change to 100. Faham tak? Macam tu je lah. Ataupun you can do it multiple way lah. You can also do it through this method as well. Kamu boleh je directly print out what's the content of array dekat situ. So you still gonna see 100 juga. It's either way. Dealing with pointers in array is somewhat macam straightforward sebenarnya, a bit straightforward. It's just dealing with array kind of syntax. You're dealing with array syntax here, meaning you can directly access the entire structure here as well, even though it's not being asked kan. Itu yang saya confused tadi. Is it wanting me to do this kind of thing kah? Itu yang saya confused. We can also do it this way, whereby you can actually declare your pointer to recognize all the content of your array tu. Boleh juga. Recognize all the content in the array simply by declaring your array, declaring your pointer kan as an array as well. Jadi rather than pointing it like this kan, ataupun saya buat baru, saya buat satu lagi pointer, int pointer array, pointer array, and the name of this pointer array is the size is gonna be 6 because we are dealing with 6 element kan. So we make a for loop here, int I equals to 0. We're gonna loop through the array. So you know that the last number element, the last index count here is 5 kan. So it's gonna be I is less than 6 lah. If you consider the last value of I is gonna be 5. Jadi so you put there to the very maximum lah dia punya condition ni. So I is lesser than 6 and then I is plus plus. So inside here is where you printf array I contain kan dia buat oh okay, salah saya. Dia kena buat assignment dulu. This is gonna be the second one. But silap saya. Okay, array ni content ni. So this is the second statement. So the first one is I, the second one is star ptr array with bracket I. So hopefully this doesn't confuse you so much right here. So I need to have another for loop, but inside this for loop it's not gonna be printing out anything, but it's just we want to have pointer array here to point at every address available inside our array. So this is how you're gonna do it. n num I. Macam tu. Okay, so if you run the code now, nampak? So array 0 contain 4, 5, 100 sebab kita dah tukar dah. 7 jadi 100. This is still 9, this is still 13, this is still 2. Okay, if we if we do some amendment here, then it will change as well. Kemudian, tapi sekarang kita cuma tukar satu value je lah. Let's say I'm changing the address once again. Saya tukar address of my pointer to, let's say, the first element, num0. And then I will change the value of my array element to 50, contohnya 50. Okay, so you're gonna see this 4 becomes 50. Nampak? Nampak tak? Okay, but you can tinker around the code. You play around with the code here to really understand lah what's going on. But this is the best way for me to visualize this thing for you. Macam mana nak cantikkan dia punya output ni? Ini bukan array lah, ini num. Better put it as num. Kamu nampak macam ni lah. Kalau kamu nak nampak macam rupa ni juga, macam table ni, you can make it into this table looking lah, table looking. But we need to do the for loop twice. For this one is just dedicated for displaying the num ni. Kalau kamu nak buat simple lah. Okay, this is just to display the box tu. And then the second one is actually displaying the array item. Tapi kat sini kamu kena printf sekali. F sekali /n, and then I guess that's gonna be it. Okay, di sini ada /t, sini pun ada /t, sini /t instead. Oh, tak cantik. Double /t. Okay, jadilah tu. Boleh lah tu. Nampak tak? So that it looks like almost similar to the original representation. Okay, ambil lah code ni. Okay, for your own reviewing, kamu ambil code ni. Okay, alright. So we move on to the third one. Hey, good morning, Dash. Has sent you 10,000 star. Mana star saya? Okay. Mana star saya?
Bisa.
Okay. A character array named huruf is depicted as the following. Declare and initialize the character array. So we will declare this as character, char character, and then the name of this array is huruf. Kan, huruf kan. And then you know the content of this array already by looking at this figure 6.3 kan. Jadi you can do the count here. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5. There are 5 element here kan. Jadi kira lah kalau kamu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you take that into consideration, meaning you have 5 elements, including the null character. This is a null character, we call it. Null character is basically to terminate the your a string. Is it the string? A character array name, blah blah. Declare and initialize the character huruf. So kita buat macam ni juga kan. Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, because we are dealing with character here. Okay, bear that in mind. So we need to include the single quote symbol here, and then together with that null character, declare, and that's gonna be your step A. Step B is declare a pointer. Okay, char as well, and then the name of that pointer is char ptr. Don't forget the star. Ame, where's my star, Ame?
Decline.
Declare a pointer, character pointer, and point it to the 0th element of an array. 0th means the first element lah. The first element. So the num huruf 0. Okay, and then by incrementing the position of the character pointer kan, using printf, display the word cat on the screen. Meaning we're supposed to print out cat. Itu je. Print out the word cat. Jadi we're gonna be doing the printf statement 3 times kan, in order to display cat 3 times lah. So this is going to be our first printf. Okay. And I'll just prepare my printf here. Okay, so there are gonna be 3 printf statement. So the first to grab C. Okay. Then the second is to grab A. And then the third one to grab T. Grab ataupun point lah, to point at T, C kan. To point at C, to point at A, to point at T. Okay. So how do we point our character pointer to? But inside here it will be character C, obviously, because we are dealing with character here. Inside here there's gonna be a waiting specifier C all the way. So tak perlu ada /n because everything will be displayed in horizontal kan, without any spacing in between. So the first one is C kan. Jadi we look at here. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. This is location huruf 2. Tak, huruf 2. Jadi kalau kat sini by incrementing and decrementing, I just remember how to do this. How do we do this? But actually there are many ways that you can do this. It's just that the question here is wanting you to play around with character pointer. You are just dealing with character pointer punya address tau. You don't directly jump to huruf 2 macam tu, tak boleh. You don't directly jump to huruf 3 for example kan. Kamu kena buat dia guna method ni. But I'm afraid that this thing wasn't really a success back then. Yeah, as far as I could remember kan, this thing wasn't a success. I don't know why. I can't really print out cat. Atau silap saya. Never mind. Let's try this. Okay. So you know that you are currently at whatever address this thing is, and it is the 0 location. Faham tak? Character pointer is currently looking at this address right here, address of A. So if you want to go to address C, so you simply plus 1, 2 from the current address. From the current address value kan, you simply, this is initial address lah, boleh cakap. Initial hex address there, whatever. Initial whatever hex address. I don't know lah kan, apa address dia. So if you want to point, if you want to get the value of that, so we will do the content, meaning that the address has to change first sebenarnya by incrementing kan. Jadi saya kena buat macam ni, character pointer equals to character pointer plus 2. Okay, plus 2 from the origin here. So 1, 2. It's supposed to print out C kat sini. PTR. Okay, coba kita but never mind. Just proceed. Masa pun tak cukup lagi ni. Okay. So after that, we are currently at this point right here. So in order for you to get back to A, you need to minus 2. Character PTR, kamu kena visualize dulu benda ni ya. Try to visualize minus 2.
Hanya akan print yang bawah ya. Next equation akan print di bawah ya.
Betul. Supaya the content will be displayed at each printf ni. Okay, now we are back to square one lagi, balik ke origin kita. So in order to get to T, 1 plus 1, 2, 3. You need to plus 3. So get the statement here. And then we plus 3. And then you do the same thing for the last printf. Okay, so let us see whether I can actually print out cat here. Jadi. Jadi. Okay. Congrats. So that is how you do that. You need to play around with address. Move the address 2 steps to the right. Macam itulah. 2 steps forward. Boleh cakap forward, backward lah. Move the address 2 steps forward. Ni move 2 steps backward. And then kat sini move
3 steps.
3 steps. But you need to know where do you start at. That's why you need to have the initial starting point. Ini starting point kamu. So you know from here to C kan, you need to plus 2. And then from C back to A you need to minus 2. And then back going to T you need to plus 3. Berjaya. Okay, mungkin dulu cara saya salah. Tu yang saya tak boleh buat. Okay. And this is the answer guys. Ambil daripada code share tu. Ambil. Okay. And the last one, pass by reference. Okay. The code listing is 6.1. Shows a program with function name passref. Kamu ada kelas pukul 10 ni? Tak ada lagi. Lecturer kamu tak?
Dah exam lagi.
Dah kira settle lah kamu punya kelas tu.
Sure ada assistant. Tunggu dulu ada
InsyaAllah.
Tunggu lah kalau ada Google Meet masuk. Ada lah tu. Kalau tak ada Google Meet masuk, tak ada lah kan. Macam tu lah.
Teruskan dah satu.
Lecturer kamu tu Chinese kah ataupun ni?
Melayu.
Melayu. Oh.
Ustazah Muta.
Oh, dia tak sambut CNY lah kan?
Sorry.
Esok. In the main function, the reference address of the variable num1 are passed to passref. Okay. Basically, this is actually the last part of your function topic. But I don't know if I ever really put so much focus on this kan. So let's try to do this within 10 minutes left. Yeah. This is called pass by reference. Saya ada kelas pukul 10 sebenarnya. Tapi saya bolehlah drag sikit kelas tu pukul 10 15 ya. This is called pass by reference. Write and run the code to see the result. Sebenarnya kan code ni sebenarnya dah jadi. This is the entire code. They are giving you the entire code, and let's just copy and paste and the entire thing here. Hopefully everything doesn't contain any stray character. That is all that I'm hoping for when we copy things from PDF. Yeah. Hopefully there is no stray character. Let's just run it first before we interpret the code here. Okay, there is no stray character going on. All right, good. Okay, and see the result kan. Okay, what exactly going on here? Okay, we have a function, an external function called passReference. Okay, passref dinamakan sini, and this function will somehow return a value which it doesn't really need to do so because you don't have any return statement down here. Does it? It actually want us to change sebenarnya selepas ni, because this is actually not being utilized correctly here. The function should not be returning any value because as you can see, there is not a single return statement inside here kan. There is no such thing as return anything. So that is why this method right here is not suitable to be used in this particular code. Instead, this should be a void, but never mind, it is still doing its job, even though it's not doing the exact thing that it was supposed to do lah, which is the integer here, integer return value. Okay, and this function somehow has two parameter. These are the two formal parameter, and it might be changed to this method right here to make it look like a normal pointer again. From our perspective, it will still run perfectly fine when you stick the star to integer rather than to the y statement here. Okay, so initially inside main, you look at what's going on inside this function. It is going to receive whatever you send out through main, whatever you pass to it inside main. So you're gonna pass the value right here, okay, and it will be received by these two formal parameter, and then what you are doing inside this function is you change the value of x pointer to 20 and then y pointer to 200. Okay, so that's just it. Okay, let's get back to main. So in main, you initially declare num1 as 10, num2 as 100. Okay, and then you're gonna see num1 is 10 being printed out, and then num2 is 100. Okay, that is as expected. Okay, as expected. All right, and then now you're doing the calling. Okay, calling the function by passing two arguments. We call them arguments. You have to make yourself familiar with this term right here. Argument is not just fighting with each other, kan, arguing with each other, bukan macam tu lah. But inside computer programming, arguments is the parameter, some sort of parameter as well. Okay, so you are sending out 2 arguments here. So the first argument will be coming from the address of num1. You are passing the address of num1. And then the second argument is you are passing the address of num2. It is specified by this ampersand. So now you are passing the reference of this variable, these 2 variables. So what happened when this pointer received the address is that they change the value to through the pointer method lah. This is using pointer method to change the value, and then after the call you print out the value of num1. Bukannya kamu print out pointer pun. You are not printing out pointer, but you are printing out just the same thing. Line 8 and line 10 are basically identical here, but we somehow managed to see the changes in the variable due to the fact that we use pointer method. This is what we call passing by reference method ni lah. Okay, but they wanted us to do something here. Okay, based on the program in listing 6.1, write a new program to declare and initialize 2 integer num1 10, num2 100 using printf display from the main pass to variable num1 and num2 to a function name pass value. Okay, buat function baru lah, namanya pass value. Okay, itu je sebenarnya saya rasa yang dia nak buat ni. Write a new program. It wanted us to do the entirely new program basically. Okay, maksudnya saya boleh je get rid of this method sebab they don't want you to get confused with this. Okay, ni tak perlu, ni tak perlu start daripada baru start dari awal. Okay, so yang ni saya rasa dia dah buat dah ni. num1 10, num2 100 dah ada dalam ni. Okay, using printf dah ada juga. To a function name pass value. So there is a function name pass value here. So let me just create that function real quick. int pass value, and the function prototype can be written as int pass value. Okay, it is giving us the clue here. int num1, int num2. Okay, in function pass value, okay, so we have to create the definition. Okay, we must create the definition down here. So this is where we put the definition of pass value. So what this function is supposed to do lah. In this function, assign 20 to num1 and 2000 to num2. So just assign. Num1 you assign with 20, and then num2 you assign with 2000. The function does not return any value. Even though we are actually declaring this as a function with return value, but we simply doesn't want to return anything. But we simply don't want to return anything. Okay, kamu kena faham konsep ni. Even though you declare initially kan, this function is supposed to return something, but I don't want lah. Macam tu lah, faham tak? You can do that. Even though it's supposed to return a value, but you can opt not to return anything. Okay, macam tu lah. Right. The value, the function does not return the value. In main function, once again, write a printf statement to print out num1. Compare the result with the 1 of 10 from listing 6.1. Alamak, kenapa saya buang tadi ya? Dia macam nak suruh kita compare. Okay. So kalau macam tu, we are supposed to call the function dulu. Call dulu function ni. Okay, pass value, and then you are passing num1 and then passing num2. There is no such thing as pointer mechanism here. Tak ada tak ada pointer mechanism in this particular code. So apa yang kita buat macam tadi, something similar. Okay, but I change it a little bit. After call dengan before call. Itu je saya nak tambah. After the call and before the call. Supaya kamu nampak result dia macam mana. Okay, nampak tak ni? So before call, num1 is 10, num2 is 100. After the call, even though we have actually done something to our num1 and num2 kan, perasan tak kamu value dia tak berubah? No kan? The value didn't change. Why is it so? Because we are not implementing pointer. Kita tak implement pointer. This is the reason why we are learning about pointer in the first place. Because we want to have our variable to can get updated every way we want. So that is the power of pointer lah basically. The value of num1 and num2 is actually changing inside this. Yeah, if you want to see it, then you need to print out inside function. Okay, inside function, so you're gonna see the value did actually change. Nampak tak? Nampak tak? Inside the function it actually changed, but after we leave this function kan, the value here will get destroyed. The changes in our variable dia tadi sebenarnya only live within this pass value function, and then once you exit this function, upon exiting lah, while it is exiting, upon exiting, the two variables get destroyed. Hancurkan terus. Num1 and num2 get rid of it, and we back to square one balik when we reach our main function. When we arrive at our main function once again kan, our num1 and num2 inside main is basically looking at the earlier punya declaration on line 7. It's not the one coming from your pass value. This is another thing that you need to really understand here. In the concept of locality. Whenever you see the name are similar here, I'm afraid that you might think that this num1 and this num1 is the same. No, it's not the same. Num2 here is not the same as num2 inside main. You need to understand locality. Whenever you declare a formal parameter for an external function, these two variables are only known by pass value. It's not known by main. Main doesn't even know the fact that pass value has a num1 and a num2 variable sebenarnya, walaupun nama dia orang sama tau. Totally the same here. So they are just wanting you to understand this through this code lah, making them the same. Kalau tak nak confuse sangat, you can actually change this to something else. Aduh, lama. Ini XY kan, ini XY. Baru kamu tak confuse sangat. Kalau kamu buat macam ni lah. Baru tak confuse. Tapi this will void the very crucial understanding in C program, the locality tadi. Kalau saya buat macam ni, you can definitely see, okay, pass value has a different kind of variable name, meaning it's entirely not the same as the one inside main. So that is gonna be your understanding if you're looking at my current code right here. But this will void that understanding of locality tadi. Because this clearly explain the difference in variable. Ini nampak sangat. So it doesn't really help you in understanding what was going on earlier. Kalau saya buat nama dia sama, baru kamu nampak. Kalau nama dia kat sini 61 dengan 62, dekat sini pun 61 dengan 62, semua all the way, baru nampak lah. But that's just it. You have two different code. This is passed by value, which will only update the value from within the function, but the value will get destroyed once it exited the function. And the previous one was actually utilizing the method of referencing. So referencing will update the value immediately. So kalau saya tambah lagi kan, dia punya function tu, pass reference, actually both of them should be combine ya, cantik, combine macam ni. Sekejap ya. Saya drag sikit masa dia orang. Okay. So this is going to be that initial method tadi lah kan. Okay, I will make use of similar passing method. Okay, tapi kalau boleh, oh no, don't do it like this. Saya kena duplicate. I need to duplicate this method right here kan. Kena buat dua kali lah. So this one will take over this one, and you should say something to differentiate the two lines. This is passing, this is pass by value method, and then the second one is, this is, ada bunyi lecturer kamu tak? Pass by reference method. Sedang. Okay, dia cuti CNY lah tu. int pass reference. Okay, int star x, comma int star y, and then we do the pointer kind of modification. So let's just make it like another value 44. Mati kata siya. Mati. Okay, and then y is maybe 66.
Sir. Sir, share screen kah?
Kejap. Oh, I thought that, yeah, I was.
Saya tengok dalam YouTube biasa.
But YouTube ada kan? YouTube ada. But
Ada sir.
I know what's the reason tadi. Sebab saya tadi tertekan saya punya power button. When I accidentally tap on my power button tu, my Google Meet somehow stop the sharing lah kan. Dia stop the sharing, but obviously dalam YouTube masih on. Okay. Sebaik kamu mention tadi. Saya tak perasan pun. Okay. Alright. So this is actually the code that will make things even clearer to you. Oh, tak cantik. Maybe this should be having two, ataupun benda ni kat sini kena ada /n sekali lagi. Alright. Ni. So pass by value method. Inside saya lupa. Inside. Saya lupa copy inside. Boleh lah. Run. Okay. So pass by value before the call 10,100. Inside 20,000, and then after the call it's revert back to 10,100. Tapi kalau pass by reference, What the heck? Oh, silap. saya, saya display apa ni? Kamu tahu tak? Saya display address rather than saya display dia punya the content tu. So the content should be the content should be star lah. Star.
Would you like to FaceTime with?
No, Siri. I don't want to FaceTime with anyone right now.
Okay, I won't.
Okay. This is passed by reference method. Okay. Then before the call, inside the function, we have changed it to 44 and 66. And then after the call, it already update the value of num1 and num2 accordingly. So they are also receive the same value that has been modified within the function through pointer method. Faham tak kamu? Try to understand these two different methods. Satu passing by value, satu passing by reference. Tapi sebenarnya macam ni. Ini yang saya pelik tadi kan. Ini yang saya pelik with this method right here. As you can see kan, it is actually using an integer that return type. Sebenarnya tak perlu. You don't use integer return type for anything that you would expect to use passing by reference. If we are dealing with passing by reference, you can simply name this function as a void function. It's supposed to be a void function. Baru betul. Baru fully making use of the entire understanding of passing by reference method lah. But this is not saying that you cannot return in a function that is utilizing pointer. Boleh je sebenarnya. But this would actually defeat the purpose of passing by reference tadi. But something that you should concern about juga lah kan, while we are talking about this kan, while we're playing around with this thing, you can actually return value tadi kan. You can actually we simply don't want to return anything was my initial plan tadi kan. But let's try to return something. Let's try to return y, for example here, y. Return y. Okay, and when you said that you are returning the value, okay, if you run the program, it will run perfectly normal, just like before. Nothing weird happening kan. Even though I have told my pass value function to return, okay, please return y back to the caller. Okay, but we didn't do anything to our caller. Tak buat apa-apa pun. It's still doing the same thing, which is calling the function without caring about whatever this function is going to return back. So this is gonna be resulting in the same output. You don't see any difference. But this is where you can add one more variable here to receive that. So receive, ataupun saya panggil ni nama function ni returned value. Return value, int return value. If I run the program, once again, nothing will be changed whatsoever. Tak ada. So still gonna be the same juga. Tak ada juga. But we can now see what is inside that return value. Okay, what's inside returned value. Okay, kita boleh nampak. So kita panggil return value kat sini. Okay, and then jangan lupa /n. Alright, so now run. Alamak. Oh, print. Kenapa saya tulis print? That is Python. Printf. Run. Nampak tak? Nampak tak kamu? Apa yang saya returnkan tu? You see that, guys?
Ish.
2000. Sebab saya return Y. I return Y. Y is 2000. So, whenever you return that value, it will be received by whatever is waiting for it. So, yang saya buat ni kat sini, return value is a variable that will wait for the return value from that function. Jadi, kalau saya return X pula, dia akan receive 20. Kalau saya modify pula dia, X times 7 contohnya, X times 7, 20 times 7 is being written. So 20 times 7 is 140. Bila kamu run, kamu akan dapat 140. Macam tu. So what's the point? Why am I showing you this? So it is important for you to understand the fact that in C program kan, there is one problem. In C++ and C, we cannot return two values. Kalau kamu perasan kan, saya cuba bagi kamu example slowly tau. Slowly. Because I wanted you to understand that we can't return both X and Y value. Tak boleh. If you do this, tak guna betul lah, dia tak ada error lah pula. Damn. Okay. Dia tak ada error rupanya. Saya ingatkan ada error tau. Baru saya nak show off. Dia ada error. Rupanya tak jadi saya punya show off. Okay, it doesn't return any error, but you can see that it is able to return 2000 somehow. It is able to return 2000. Okay, cuba saya modify value ni jadi 999 lah untuk buat dia bentuk rupa dia lain sikit. 111 dengan 999 lah. Okay, let me run. So dia return 999. Okay, as expected. Okay, tapi kalau saya tukar, first saya akan return Y and then saya return X. So dia akan return 111. Betul tak? Okay. Meaning that you were hoping, faham tak? You were hoping that this return can return multiple value. But that is just the downside or the kira macam incapability lah inside C ni. It is not able to return two values, but instead it is just going to go through the entire length of your listing here kan, and it will only return the last value in that particular line, which is X. Kalau kamu tukar position dia macam ni, so it will simply ignore the first one and it will look at the second one. Jangan kamu try to return anything other than that. Kalau kamu return E, dia akan marah lah. Dia akan marah lah. So dia cakap, dari mana kamu dapat E? Sejak bila pula aku ada E dalam ni? So you don't play around with that. You need to understand, you only have two variables inside this function, but we can't return two values at once. This is where Python wins a lot. Wins big lah in this regard, because Python can return unlimited number of variable. Dia boleh return banyak-banyak. That is the power of Python. And you might assume, okay, you might be assuming one thing. Oh, probably, sir, because your return value is only one, sir. When we return two things inside here kan, we are supposed to receive two things juga kan, betul tak? Mesti kamu ada fikir macam tu. Kalau yang di return tu dua benda, sepatutnya yang menerimanya dua benda juga. So let's say return red X dengan return Y kan, red X dengan red Y, and we supposed to display two things here, red X comma red Y. Okay, run. Dia tak ada error lah. Damn. Kenapa dia tak ada error? I was expecting for error tau. Kalau dia tak error, maksudnya I am making things kan a little bit more challenging for you guys tau, nak memahami benda ni. So what's going on is that saya sekarang ni kan, what I'm doing right now is actually I assume that I'm doing Python programming dah sekarang ni. This is how we do passing of data kan in Python. In Python we are so free to do whatever we want kan. And this thing really helps in passing those multiple values at once. If you have a function that is supposed to return 4 values, kamu boleh guna method ni without caring about passing by reference. And in Python, it's not really a thing, passing by reference. Only in C program aja, C and C++. In function, since in Python kan we are commonly using the global method, just a global scope to pass value from one to other places. But somehow kan it also able to run this without any error somehow. It's just that X tadi kan, because you were supposed to pass 111 kan back to the caller, and then read X ni, return X ni sepatutnya receive 111, but instead you are looking at 32767 as the return value there. But the second one, it does actually return the correct value 999. Tapi yang ni kamu jangan pakai lagi ya. Ini totally gibberish dah ni. Saya buat benda ni memang will make you confused even more. Ini tak boleh ha. You can't do this method inside C. Ini tak boleh buat. Alright, faham tak? So far, faham tak kamu apa yang saya nak sampaikan? Okay, macam ni sebenarnya to summarize, due to the fact that C program cannot return more than one value, kan? Cannot return more than one value. That is where we use the pointer method, passing by reference. Because passing by reference, we can declare unlimited number of reference, and then everything will get updated for sure. That is why I actually show you this, because I want you to see why we can't do the normal passing by value method. If we have this ni lah kan, if we have this feature kan, where we can return more than one value, then therefore this passing by reference method would not be kira macam useful lah. But this is the fact that we have to accept the limitation of C that cannot return multiple value. So we will go back to square one. Okay, we just return one value. That's enough. Return one value, and we don't expect our function to receive two values from the function. And as you can see, all right, sorry. So this is going to be the original run tadi. I just want you to understand, okay, this 10 and then inside the function 111, but it doesn't come out as 111. It is going to return back to 10. But if you use this passing by reference method, originally it was 10. Inside the function, you change the pointed value to 44, and after the call, somehow the original num value is actually now carrying the updated content. Tu je lah. So this is going to be the complete code for your reference, for your understanding as well. Hopefully you understand this. Sebab kalau dalam dunia Arduino kan, we don't really utilize anything like this sebenarnya. We don't really play around with pointer ni banyak dalam dunia Arduino, but normally we don't deal with this stuff. Ini for just on a system application macam ni. Okay, so I guess that's gonna be it for our session. We have finally concluded the entire syllabus through this last session here. So what you need to do now, what's left to be done is actually your satu mini project. Your mini project is supposed to be we are at the final week already kan. Sepatutnya kamu kena submit mini project tu, presentation. I'm not sure when sepatutnya kita buat. Sebab kalau hari Khamis ni doing the practical thing kan. Okay, saya end dulu stream saya.